3D printing is one of the fastest growing industries in manufacturing technology. Because of this growth, there's a variety of printing methods and machine types available. To begin, I'd like to walk you through some of the most common printing methods used today. The first method, known as fused deposition modeling, or FDM, takes a long coiled strand of plastic and pushes it through a heated nozzle. This process is really similar to using a hot glue gun, where the material is pushed through the hot tip and is applied to a surface. In this same way, an FDM printer pushes the material through the heated nozzle while the nozzle head moves about in a pattern in the shape of the part. This means that the nozzle moves along two axes in a single plane. This is done for a single layer at a time. Then the build plate that the part's printed on moves downward, so the next layer can be printed on top of the last one. The build plate moving vertically is the third axis of motion. The next method, known as stereolithography, or SLA, is very different from the last method. In stereolithography, a laser is projected into a pool of liquid resin and hardens the resin at specific spots, which forms the shape of the part layer by layer. The laser is controlled by mirrors that move underneath the pool of resin. This means that only the build plate moves upward and downward in a single axis. These two methods are the most common for smaller benchtop models. However, there are more advanced forms of 3D printing. The process known as selective laser sintering, or SLS, is similar to stereolithography, but instead directs a laser in 3D space and hardens a powder at the contact point. A laser is still used in this process to produce a solid part. However, it interacts with a powder instead of a liquid resin. A subgroup of SLS is known as selective laser melting, or SLM, which uses a laser once again to melt and fuse metallic powders together. This process is used to create metal parts in particular, where SLS can't achieve this result. In the next video, I'll discuss how these different printing methods are incorporated into today's 3D printing machines. You'll learn why some of the printers have an open or closed printing area, as well as why some machines are larger than others.